Hi. So, on another side quest, you could say, and this time it's to an all women's camp, which is called Femølejren or Kvindelejren. I'm here with my friend. Right now, I'm actually on my way to bed. But it's gonna be like it's a creative week, so they have different weeks with different themes. And the camp, it has a long history with like feminism in Denmark and what's called Rødstrømpebevægelsen, which is like a feminist movement in Denmark that also started these women camps on Femø. So yeah, it's really interesting, and there are so many, so many mosquitoes outside of my tent right now. It's a good thing that we have a net in this tent, or we would be cooked. But it's really beautiful here and so calm. It's my first time at an all women's camp, and yeah, the last 2 days it's been like a heat wave, but tonight it's like kind of cooling off. I feel like it wasn't as hot as it were yesterday night. I kind of feel like a kid again. I feel like I kind of forgot what that feels like, but now I kind of remember again. I'm just existing, which is really kind of cool that this place is making me feel that way. Like, I kind of didn't expect that. Also because I do have very queer friend groups, and honestly, most of the people I know are women, but just being so secluded. And yeah, people here are just they're very respectful and so loving and sweet, and just they don't give a fuck about social norms, which is so nice. So it is kind of like being a kid. I'm on a little trip through the island to go find some toothpaste and maybe also some tampons, because I'm a little nervous that I'm gonna get my period. I haven't gotten it yet, but you can never be too safe. Yeah, you can see the camp in the background. And it's not as hot right now. I think it's gonna get a little hotter at like 12 o'clock, but not right now. It's perfect. And yeah, no sun, but honestly, that's fine with me. It's been so wild with the heat. But yeah, Mia is, she's in a workshop, so there's a whole bunch of small workshops that you can take if you want to. And right now she's in something called a talk group, and it's a closed group. So that means that when you haven't committed, then you can't enter that space later on. And so yeah, it's pretty much what it sounds like, and was also, I think, some of the reasons why Femølejren started in the first place. This like concept with the talk groups, and then women would meet and talk about what was unsaid about struggles of being a woman, you know, and then you can share those experiences. You know, I was at the people's meeting just a few weeks ago. Yeah, I was thinking, where are all the intersectional feminists? And turns out they're at Femø. So yeah, because at the people's meeting, a lot of like the talks and stuff I saw about feminism was also very like erhvervsrettet, so like, and yeah, I'll try and translate it like kind of girl boss feminism, you know, in that kind of world. But here is the complete opposite. It's also just so nice that there's like, it's very much like you do what you have the capacity to do right now. So I'm just really relaxing so much, just enjoying the nature so much. Yeah, I'm not in the talk group because I don't know, I don't want to get up that early, and I feel like I just want to relax while I'm here, kind of just dealing with some stuff right now. So I don't know, just some personal issues I think a lot of people have that here. We also had like a talk within the newcomers to the camp for that's here for the first time as we are, me, and just doing a little check-in for us yesterday, and it was really nice, and also talked about how we were experiencing it and allowing ourselves to mirror that in each other. And yeah, that was really nice. So I feel like newcomers are also taken care of really well here, and I really like that. Honestly, it's true that it's such an open space, because that's like what you hear, right, about it, and that it's this utopian woman thing. And obviously there is a lot of people that know each other beforehand, but also feel like that's a really good sign that the space is really sustainable. And there's a lot of like older women and people as well. So yeah, just such good vibes. And also so queer, like so incredibly queer. Surprise! We took the train all the way from Denmark to France. It was a long ass trip through Germany. So, of course, we had to see this. Although I don't think we're going to go up into the tower. And now, Notre Dame. I have no idea how to pronounce anything. There is this book for teenage girls that's called Anna og det franske kys, which is like about a girl. I think it might actually be an English book, but translated, but I don't know. Like Anna and the French Kiss, and they talk about Notre Dame in that book. That's like the only thing that comes to mind. Vil du have et lys?
Hvad gør man så? Yes, tak.
There's so many people. And here it's a little less overcrowded. Pyramids of Egypt.
Hvad siger du?
Den der store kuppel.
Men jeg føler, det er ret iconic.
Ja, måske troller han bare. Ham der maler det.
Troller bare. I've really just been in the mood to draw some cartoony stuff, fun stuff, on my iPad, because I did take my iPad with me. So I just kind of drew like Paris stuff, how I've been feeling. Like here is me melting, and I actually got a bloody nose while we were going to the Louvre, or like entering the Louvre, and we had to go through checkout, and my nose was literally, it was everywhere. And like such a nice security guard gave me a napkin. He saved my life. Honestly, it was stressful and hot. Yeah, now it's kind of fun to look back on, you know. And this, like, there's so many swirly architecture stuff, artsy stuff on the buildings in Paris, like this. And also drew myself with a towel over my head, because that's like a really good way to keep cool. I'm about to draw like a horse from a carousel that we went to at like there's that church at Montmartre. Is that what it's called? Like pronouncing French words isn't really my specialty, but that's okay. My hair is also just so poofy and oh my god, unruly because of like the heat and the humidity and stuff. So it's really poofy and really kind of hard to control. So pretty. I think I would definitely like to come back to Antibes. It's so nice here. Not my best look, but you gotta stay protected from the sun. Remember to wear sunscreen. There is a Picasso museum in Antibes, but I did see a Picasso exhibition in Aalborg not so long ago. Honestly, I would rather see Monet, but we didn't actually go see any of it in Paris of his, even though there's so much of his like exhibited in Paris, but we were only there for 4 days, so we didn't have much time actually. But yeah, maybe we'll go see Picasso. Antibes is just seems like such a cozy town with a lot of nice little coffee shops, different kind of stuff. So here I found one where they had like this coconut latte, I think, and I really wanted to try it. I feel like I've seen a lot of coffee with coconut stuff on like social media. I really liked it. I would really like to try and recreate it at home, and I've really been trying a lot of like just eating a lot of French pastries, but I will say that I felt more safe to if I should solo travel in Antibes rather than I did in Paris. Or I don't know, maybe it was just like the metros I didn't feel very safe, but I think I also just kind of freaked myself out with watching many TikToks of like how people got robbed in Paris. Yeah, I think that might have contributed to like my experience of Paris. Can never take this hat off. I'm sweating so much underneath. It's just, I'm gonna have so much head hair, and just if I take it off, I'm gonna look like a wet dog. I'm gonna look like a wet dog. I already look like a wet dog, but okay, now I need to see. I need to figure out where I came from. I don't think I know. Good morning. Update on my whereabouts right now is that I'm again in Bornholm, which is like a small Danish island. But we come here almost every year with my mother, me and my sisters. And last year I actually wasn't there, but that was because of work. So yeah, I worked at that grocery store and there wasn't much room for like negotiating about vacation when I was there. But you know, right now I'm just living off of my savings, so I am the master of my own fate right now. I do really need a job, but anyways, now we're on Bornholm. Personally, my favorite places to be, there's not very good weather right now. It's like it's gonna be raining today. Usually it's so beautiful also when the sun is shining. I gotta take a bath. We gotta get out of the hostel, get out and do stuff before it starts raining. We wanted to take a little round trip around what's called Hammerknuden, which you could say you could directly translate to the hammer knot, but it sounds really goofy in English, so I'm not gonna call it that. But yeah, basically it's just like at the top of Bornholm, there's like the pointy part where there's a lot of like rocks and mountain rock, that kind of stuff. On Bornholm, this kind of like mountain rock is the only place you'll find that kind of stuff in Denmark. It doesn't really exist anywhere else. So the nature is just so beautiful here. I kind of imagine hammerknuden as like those kinds of betta fish, which doesn't make any sense at all because proportionally hammerknuden is way smaller in proportion to like the rest of Bornholm. So it would be a really weird betta fish if like that's the rock that's like the big bubble on the head of Bornholm, you know. Yeah. You can also kind of see Hammershus from Hammerknuden, which is like this medieval ruin that Bornholm is also known for. I think it's looking especially medieval and very mystical in this kind of fog. Also, Bornholm has a very specific like folk lore and tales that's different from the rest of Denmark. Specifically, they have the lore of the underjordiske, which is translated to like the undergrounders. It doesn't sound as cool in English, really. Also, I think they can also be called the mountain people and the high folk, and they have ties to the Celts. In the Iron Age, like more recent history, they're more like small gnomes or trolls, like the Danish nisse or bakkepuslinger. But yeah, more generally, they are trolls, but not like the trolls that we see in like popular media today. Actually, troll in Danish, troll can cover also the word magic. So we also have troldfolket, which is just like a big umbrella kind of has become this big umbrella term for a lot of different magical creatures in folklore. But troldfolket, like the troll people, also have elves or elvers, ellefolket, the elle people. You could compare them a lot to the Fae, the Irish Fae. They have a lot in common with the Irish Fae. The underjordiske or the underground people are said to really keep to themselves, but sometimes they'll actually ask for help. And it doesn't seem like they're as evil as the Fae has been described sometimes. Like they'll return good deeds and then they'll troll like the people who have kind of wronged them, but they won't really do anything malicious. They'll scare but reward the helpful. There is also the iconic troll called Krøllebølle on Bornholm, which is like a kind of almost a cartoon character created by Ludvig Mahler during Second World War, and he's like more of a commercial kind of little mascot icon of some sorts. Yeah, I feel like Bornholm's nature is really deserving of these folklores. Like the nature is truly just so mystical, and like you see how they could have thought that trolls really lived in these like rocks and creeks and holes in the bushes. I too would definitely be a little bit afraid of the underjordiske living in those kind of scary looking rocks in this kind of weather. Okay, and here is Hammershus up close. Yeah, really cool medieval ruins. And it was a lot nice weather this day, so in the evening we kind of went downtown Allinge, and Bornholm also has this traditional smokehouses and are like really known for their fish, like smoked fish. Smoked mackerel. If you just bike around the island, you can see all of these chimneys sticking up all around that are from all the old smokehouses in Bornholm. And we have never actually tried it before, only when I was like really little, and I hated fish back then, so that doesn't really count. And I kind of began eating fish again when I was in Ærø. They also have local fish, that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was really, really good. Potato salad and smoked salmon, friske frikadeller, which is just such a Danish meal, I feel like. Hello from the future. So yeah, that was really good. I still think about that fish. Honestly, so good. But anyways, I just wanted to finish the video properly. But yeah, that was my summer basically, and maybe you can see all of the mess in the background. We are officially moved, and so that's why everything is still just a bit chaotic. But I just wanted to say goodbye, and I'll see you soon.